Hi, welcome to Gen Cam Plays Board Games, a channel where I, Gen Cam, play board games solo to help you decide if a game is right for you. Today we'll be playing the Peach Festival, which is a roll and write from Thunder Griff Games. If you like this type of content, please consider liking and subscribing and hit that notification bell so you will know when new videos go up. And with all that out of the way, let's get started. So, like I said, the Peach Festival is a roll and write, which is one of my favorite types of games to play because setup is so easy. We have our sheet. I have a pencil. It does come with pencils, but I make mistakes and sometimes I need an eraser. And then we have our dice. So as part of setup, we are going to draw 2 cards. And what we're going to decide here is one of these, we're going to take a card and put one back in the bottom of the deck. And it's going to show us our starting kind of resources, which are in the top corner here, and then also how we could score at the end of the game, or the goals that we need to meet in order to score at the end of the game. So each of the cards also have a little number at the corner. So this is 1 and 4. So let's see from the rule book what exactly these mean. I should also point out that they do have 2 rows. The top row is for a multiplayer game, but in the solo mode, we are looking at the goals at the bottom. So for 1, it is you must fill at least 7 spice squares, okay? And 4 is you must fill all of the tea leaves. So if we look at our scoring pad, we have our spices here. So it would want us to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pretty close to the bottom, or tea, fill them all in. And honestly, it's really the same. Both of them are 7 squares. So let's go ahead and keep the one. No. Yeah, let's go ahead and keep this one where we're filling in the spices. So we can see here that this is going to give us tea and gold. So we're going to put a 0 and under tea and a 0 under gold. And I'm going to put this card off to the side here, which you don't really need to see it. So I want to keep us zoomed in so you can see everything well. And I'm going to put this card at the bottom of the deck. I'm now going to draw 2 cards from the deck. And these are goals that we might be able to get later. So I'm going to place them off screen for right now until we have a chance to try to pick those up. The next thing we need to decide is what difficulty level we are playing at. So we're going to play at the easiest. And so we're going to color in this spot right here. When I colored that in, that gave us a peach, which are ways to manipulate the dice. So we're going to color one in there as a reward. So we are starting the game with 3. And now we can start the game. So we're going to go ahead and roll. And we have a tea, a spice, a gold, some cloth, and some gems. So how the game works is that you have to start with 0 at the top of each of the different commodities. And then to fill something in, it has to either be the same number or exactly 1 higher. That is the only way you can fill things in. So as you can see, we didn't get any jars. So I could put a 0 here for the jars. And I think that's what we're going to do because we don't have a 0 for our spices. So let's go ahead and place the 0 there. Now I could use a peach, can eat a peach, and to use a second one to fill in maybe our gold or our tea. But I don't think we're going to do that quite so soon. So that is a turn. So we're going to fill in our next circle for our turn marker. That gives us another peach. And we're going to go ahead and roll. Oh, I should have done the gold because look, now we have 2. Okay, so we can't do that yet. Let's go ahead and do spices. We're going to put a 1 here. And as you can see, it has this little kind of symbol there. And it has the equal sign. So if I can put a 1 here, we will get 2 peaches as a reward. Since we really need to get this going, I'm actually going to eat a peach. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a die. So there are no die for the jars, so that's a 0. So I'm going to use that peach to put in a 0 for our spices so we can start getting that line going because we need to get to 7. So that is the second round. Fill in our next turn marker. That's another peach. And now we can go ahead and roll. We have 2 cloth, a spice, a gold, and a tea. We keep getting a lot of ones for the spices. I'm going to place a 1 here. I'm going to use a peach so I can use the gold. So I'm going to place a 1 there. You do get points at the end of the game for having leftover peaches, like not eating all your peaches, but I want to fill in our board. So that was the end of that round. We're going to go into our next one. There is no bonus. And we're going to go ahead and roll 2 gold. Okay. 2 cloth. That's not super helpful. And 1 tea leaf. Now I'm kind of wishing I hadn't used that one to put the 1 there because we could have put the 0 and then 1. You know what? We don't have any gems yet. So let's go ahead and place the 0. Now we can go on to the next round. I'm going to circle this one. And that allows us to put a 0 somewhere. So I'm going to place that there as our reward. And we can go ahead and roll. Let's go ahead and put a 1 under our jars. That gives us a peach. And let's use a peach in order to put a 1 for our gems. And we can move on to our next turn. And we're going to go ahead and roll. So we have a 2 for the jars, a 2 for the cloth that we can't use, and 1 for our tea. I think we're just going to move 1 up on our tea. Oh, do I want to use a peach to do the jars? I don't think so. I think we're just going to move on to the next round. There is no bonus. And we have a gem, 2 tea, a spice, and a cloth. Okay, so I'm going to do the spice. I'm going to use eat a peach to use our cloth here. So that is going to give us 2 peaches. So that's cool. And that gets us to the end of that line. And that has a little box with asterisks, which means we can fill in any one we want. We still have to follow the golden rules, which are the numbering. So since we did that, I am going to place a 1 here. That gives us 2 more peaches. So I'm going to go here, and now it's going to skip those 2. Those are already colored in for us, and we can go there. At the end of this row, we will be able to fill in a 2 somewhere. Okay, we can go on to our next round. And not on this round, but the next round we'll be able to fill in a 1 somewhere. Let's see what we got for this one. Okay, we have 2 for gold, 1 for tea, 1 for gems, and 1 for the jars. Still nothing for spices. Ugh. Okay, let's go ahead and do the 2 for the gold. And let's eat a peach to fill in the, what is this? A tea. So that was a 1 there. That gives us a spice. So I'm going to put a 2 here. And the reason why I want to do it a little bit higher is that there are bonuses on these rows. So the higher the number, the more points you get for final scoring. But this row has 2 ways of scoring. So, and one of this is the lanterns. So we're going to add up all the lanterns and multiply them by 4, and that's going to be our lantern score. So it is better to have higher numbers, but of course then it's harder to be able to fill in numbers later. But I think that's what we're going to do. And so that is the end of that round. We're going to go into this one. We get a 1 that we can place somewhere. I don't want to place it here because I want that to be a 2. So let's go ahead and place a 1 here. And we can now go ahead and roll. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I'm really sorry about that. Okay, so we have 2 jars, gems, a tea, and the cloth. I'm going to go ahead and do a 2 for the jars. Not super worried, but I know we need to get our spices to, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way down to there. Oh my gosh. Okay, but there's not much I can do about it. I could have used a peach to change this 2 spices. You know what? Let's say I did that. So let's use the peach. This 2 actually would have gone here because now this one is reward of 2. And so we can say that we put it at our jars. Ooh, but then when I put it in the jars there, no. If I'm going to do that, then I'm going to use that reward to go here because I need the 2. And then I get 2 peaches. And now we're getting closer to the end of that row where I'll get over 2. Okay, that's what it is. So let's go ahead and move to our next round. Go ahead and roll. And we have 3 gems. I am so glad we did that. Okay, so I am going to write in the 3 here. That is going to give us a 1 to place somewhere. So let's go ahead and place that one here, which gives us a peach. Now, when you put a 3 in a column or fill in one of these crates that's at the bottom, you are going to mark right here. And now we can take a reward. In the solo game, that is either getting a merchant, which will give us points at the end, but also peaches, or we can take a new goal card. And this is the only way to get new goals for end game scoring. Each one that you reach is worth 10 points. So the question is, do I want to do that, which is worth 10 points, or get a merchant, which will give us a peach, which will fill up this row, which means we'll get a 2, which will get us there. I think that's what we're going to do because we are only 1 away from being able to complete this, but we don't need to do it right now. We're probably going to get another crate or another 3 before the end of the game to be able to score that, but the merchant will help us now. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in this merchant. That gives us a peach. That gives us a 2. So let's fill in the 2 here because then this will be the 5th row for that goal card. Next question is, do we want to use a peach for the tea or the linen? I don't think so because this is like a 5-time multiplier and I'd rather have a 2 in these spots than a 1. All right, let's go on to the next round. We are going to go ahead and roll. Okay. Yes, this is what I like to see. Okay, so we are gonna fill in a 2 here. I'm gonna use a peach to use these ones, which is to take another commodity, which is gonna go here. This next one, if we can get another one for the jars, is gonna give us a T, which then we can put a 2 there as well. Oh, we're so close. Okay, so let's go ahead, move on to the next round. We are gonna go ahead and roll. We have 2 gems, 2 jars. That's what we like to see. And a tea leaf. Now what I'm debating is actually using a peach to increase. Ooh, increase this to a 3. So we have 15 points instead of 10. But I could instead actually use it to increase the gems to a 3, which is the 7-point multiplier, but we still have 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds left. So let's go ahead, let's use a peach. Yes, let's eat a peach to make this a 3. So that'll go there. Now we have the tea leaf, so I can fill that in as a 2 as that reward. Since I did the 3 here, we're gonna fill this in, and I am gonna go ahead and take this goal for our end game scoring. And when we do that, we're gonna discard this one, and we're gonna draw 2 more. So I think for this one, I haven't looked it up yet, but I think this would be scoring 36 points or more in our lanterns, and then maybe filling in 12 or more of those too. We'll take a look at those if we get that far and decide to do that instead of peaches. Okay, so I think that's the end of that round. We are gonna go here. We get a peach. So we'll fill that one in and go ahead and roll. 3 jars. Heck yeah. I do need 2 more in spices though. Oh gosh. I could eat a peach to make this spices. Okay, maybe we should see what these goals are and see if we want to do that. So this one is 20. Score 36 or more points from the Lantern Festival row. And that is 32. So we definitely don't want to take that one. And the other is 9. You must fill at least 12 squares from the tea leaves and gems combined. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know if I really want to take either of those. We would have to get down to here on one of them and there to the other. We're pretty close to the end of the game, so I don't know if I want to do that. Let's go ahead and eat the peach to put the 3 here. That gives us another peach since I filled in with a 3. We're going to fill that in. I'm going to go ahead and do the merchant because I'm not super confident and we already know we can't get that one. That's going to give us 2 more peaches. 1, 2. And then if we can get 2 more peaches, I can fill this one in for any number. And then if nothing else, we can get our 7th square for spices. Okay, next round. Yeah, I have to apologize, guys. I am definitely losing my voice. I think those fall allergies are kicking in, unfortunately. But we're going to go ahead and roll. Oh my gosh! Look at that. That is a 4. Well, I'm going to take that. Ooh, do I want to eat a peach and put the 4 there? And then maybe be able to put a 5? Because I need to fill this one in. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's eat a peach. And we're going to make that the spices. So that's a 4. Then when I fill this in, we can make that a 5. And then it's 50 points, y'all. Okay. Oh, I got excited. Let's move on to the next round. Okay, so we have nothing great. Oh gosh, we might have to do the thing. And what that is if you don't take a commodity, you take a peach. Peaches are only worth 1 point at the end, so it might be worth just turning that into a 3 to put it there. Or turning this into gold to place here, and that gives us a peach. Let's eat the peach to turn this into a 3, because that's a lot of points. Okay, we did that. I'm going to go on to our next turn. That gives us a 2. Let's put the 2 under the tea leaves because that is going to give us, you know what? We're not going to put it there. We are going to put it under our gold. That still gives us a peach, but the next one for the gold will give us a free action that will allow us to fill in the next number available on one of our things. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh no, we haven't rolled yet for this one. Okay, that was for that too. Oh, okay. Let's roll. Got 2 spices. Can't use that gold. Sure. I think we use a peach to turn our spices into a gold. Yeah, because that's the only way we're going to place something. So that's going to be a 2. So, like I said, now this gives us like a little reroll thing. So we are going to take one of the die and we're going to roll it, and it is the cloth. And then now we can fill in a number for the cloth. So I'm going to do 3 because obviously we want more points. Oh, you know what though? Oh, I didn't have a choice. I have to put it there. I need a peach. Okay, we'll figure it out. We have 1 round left. We're going to go ahead. Oh, no. Okay, wait. Here we go. I put the 3 there, so that completes that column. So we get a reward, which means we're going to fill in our 3rd merchant, which gives us 3 peaches. So 1, 2, 3, which then we can fill any number, well, that follows the rules. And yeah, I'm putting a 5 there. That's 50 points. Okay, so I already filled in. This is our last round. We are going to go ahead and roll for the final time. We got 3 gems. That's pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and eat a peach to bump it up to a 4. And there we go. That is the end of the game. So now we're going to start scoring and we're going to look at our lanterns first. And we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and we already know that is going to be 32 because we knew we were a little short of hitting that 36. And now we're going to look at our columns and we're going to look at the lowest number in that multiplier. So we have 5 times 10, so we have 50. 3 times 7 is 21, and 21 again. 2 times 5 is 10. We have 4 times 7, which is 28. 2 times 7, which is 14. So we're going to add all those up. So that is 144. And now we're going to look to see which ones of our goals we met. And this was filling in at least 5 rows. We did that. So we're going to fill in that little square. And did we get 7 or higher there for our spices? And we did. So we can fill that one in. Each little diamond that is filled in is worth 10 points. So we have 20. Now we're going to multiply how many merchants we got times 2. So that is 6. And now we're going to check how many uneaten peaches we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. They're worth 1 point each. So that's 18. And now we're going to math everything and see what our final score is. So our final score is 221, which is my best score to date. My previous best score was 200. So that is the Peach Festival, and if you are unaware of this game, this was part of the Kickstarter for the latest, I think it was seasons for Tang Garden, which is like over kind of behind me. So yeah, at least at the time of recording, this is not quite in retail yet. I hope they put it in retail, or at least you should be able to find it on the Thundergriff website. But I guess maybe that should also be a hint that my giant box of Tang Garden has arrived. I was super excited. So be watching out for that. And if you are interested in seeing how the solo play of Tang Garden works with any of the expansions, let me know in the comments below. But make sure that you also hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you will know when that video comes out. Let me tell you, the solo for Tang Garden is not easy. I think I've only beaten it once, but it's so pretty. It's so pretty. But yeah, that is the Peach Festival, the roll and write game from Thundergriff Games. Until next time, bye-bye.